What's up, guys? GR here, Dungeon Office. About to crank another video for you guys on speed camps and speed training. I just did one for you guys about the importance of being able to ask your coach questions and making sure that he or she knows what the heck they're trying to tell you to do and why they're asking your kiddo or you as an athlete to do it. How is it going to make you faster? How is it going to benefit you as an athlete? And make sure they can answer those questions and make you feel good about it before you give them your money. Just bottom line. I also talked a little bit about speed ladders and why they suck. They don't do anything for speed, period. Coaches are going to throw big words at you, talk about neuromuscular efficiency, biomotor ability, sprint technique, sprint drills, speed technique, whatever. They're going to use any sort of buzzword that they can come up with, and I'm sure they've come up with something new by now that sounds sexier but doesn't make anybody faster, that they're going to try to use on you guys. Run the other way. If you don't feel good about it, run the other way. If they can't answer you and explain things to you in a form that you understand, run the other way, because they're probably gaming you, and your kiddo can probably get just as good a result, if not better, going out to a park somewhere and running 10 to 40 yard dashes until the cows come home. So there you go. The speed camp guys are going to hate me. Cute. So we talked a little bit about that. We talked about how speed is a function of stride rate times stride length. So yeah, little finger guy, that's your stride rate, how fast your steps are going, how fast your legs are moving. Stride length, how far, how much ground we cover with each step. And it doesn't take long to figure out that if two guys have the same stride rate, the one that covers the most ground is going to be moving faster. If two guys have the same stride length, this guy's going to move faster than this guy. Okay? Very scientific explanation, right? The finger guy. He's going to become a YouTube staple, actually. By the way, the finger guy. There he is. Finger guy. Woo! So, stride rate, stride length. That's speed. That is what speed is. That's the speed equation, if you will. Now, the sad thing is you can't just sit here and talk about stride rate or stride length and improve it and make you or your athlete faster. We talked about how stride rate was much more difficult to improve, particularly the later that we get in an athlete's athletic career. It's not going to be improved much after you're 13, 14, 15, probably 14, 15, 16 years old, just because of the way your system has developed and has been wired at that point. It's something that's much more difficult to improve. The good news is that is not as important, and it does not have as high of a ceiling for making you fast as the big boy here, as stride length. Now, why is that? If you'll notice, and I'm sure you all have them on your team. We had them back in high school because we were a pretty small team in general, but we had those guys that were about 5'4", 5'5", 5'6", and their legs moved so fast. They looked like they were going 100 miles an hour, but they wouldn't be moving anywhere. And one of my heroes in strength conditioning, Joe DeFranco, talked about it as going nowhere fast, because they're not. They're doing little Speedy Gonzalez and they're not moving anywhere. Okay, just because your legs move fast doesn't mean you're going anywhere. Okay, that's what's important. One of the things that they started to notice as I developed in my high school career and became an all-state quarterback and rushed for 2,000 yards. Yes, shameless plug, 2,000 yards in one season as a quarterback. Booyah, in Texas, best football in America. Booyah again. Haha, yeah, I know. Was that I looked very smooth. Watch Vince Young, his college tapes. He looks so smooth, and he doesn't look like he's moving that fast, but he's outrunning everybody. And it's because of very powerful legs and very long stride length. If you cover 4 yards in every step, you're probably going to be faster than the guy that moves his legs a gazillion miles an hour that covers 1. Because he's got to take 4 steps for every one that you take to be able to beat you. Watch the combine. Watch the 40-yard dashes. The guys that finish the fewest amount of steps are the guys that are the fastest. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not. I've never watched it, but if you can find Deion Sanders' combine, I think he had some insanely low number of steps in his whatever the record was back then. So take a look at that. But big steps, big powerful steps, what drives speed? And that is something, here we go, getting back into the speed camp stuff, that the speed camps will not do for you. Stride length is improved by the amount of force that we can put into the ground and the rate at which we can apply that force into the ground. So let's think of it as a rocket ship. Okay, if we put a Volkswagen engine into a space shuttle and tried to let it fire, it wouldn't be applying much force to the ground. But if we put frickin' jet fuel, Millennium Falcon engine, blah, 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 into that space shuttle, what do we get? We get explosion, we get power, we get takeoff. What we want to achieve with our sprinting is to get takeoff with every step. How do we do that? We increase the amount of strength, we increase the amount of force that we're applying to the ground every time. And that's improved in its most basic form, excuse me, by improving strength in the weight room. And this isn't where we're looking at leg extensions and doing bodybuilding stuff and trying to get huge. This is doing the sort of foundational, basic strength movements like squats, deadlifts, some of the strongman moves, and some other secrets that I don't necessarily want to talk about here because you damn speed camp guys are watching now and you're pissed at me and you want to know how to steal what I'm doing to make kids fast, but instead you're going to have to come check out the dungeon and bow to me to be able to figure that out. Ha ha. On a serious note though, stride length is improved by the amount of force we can put into the ground. That's improved most efficiently through those basic strength movements. If they try to tell you to run in a parachute and say that that's going to improve the amount of force you can put them into the ground, or that you can put into the ground, run the other way again. Number one, the parachute's going to screw up your sprint mechanics. It's an uneven resistance, and that sprint technique that they're trying to preach on you so hard is going to be screwed up. And for a kid that isn't strong enough, really any kid at all, as far as a parachute's concerned, it's going to mess them up more than they already are. And it's going to make them slower than they already are. So parachutes, run the other way. What you can do, and what we use to bridge the gap, to bring that gap between weight room strength and speed, is work on sled sprints. So we use a prowler, we're hooked into the sled, we're driving, we have even resistance, we're not flying all over the place, we're maintaining good acceleration mechanics. And again, I encourage you guys, call bullshit on this page. They ask me what I'm talking about. I want you to feel like you understand what I'm talking about here. And if you don't at first, that's fine, because I'm kind of doing a very high-level, quick overview. But yeah, ask questions. I want you to understand what's going on. But force into the ground, that's what we want. We want that basic strength. That's kind of what we specialize in. I just had one of our 15-year-olds, Michael Shocker. I'm very proud of him. When he started with us, he couldn't do a bodyweight squat. That was 4.5 months ago. This week, 2 weeks after his 15th birthday, 2 weeks afterwards, he squatted 400 pounds. Box squat of 400 pounds. 2 weeks after he turned 15. And that's after he wasn't able to bodyweight squat. To complete a bodyweight squat when he started with us. Literally could not squat his body. Could not squat without a bar on his back, just with his body weight. No external weight whatsoever, just his body weight, and he just squatted 400 pounds. We're good at getting you stronger. And that's going to help him improve that stride length, and that's why you see so much, his speed has improved so much because of that. force development. But the other thing, and the thing that I would be doing a disservice to you if I didn't mention here, is that, yeah, it's great to apply this space shuttle force. That's a space shuttle. Check that out. Look, we're going to make it 3D. And then we're going to do little fins. That looks awesome, doesn't it? Okay, so that space shuttle force, that doesn't do us any good if we can't apply that force very fast. The amount of time that you're on the ground is a very short period of time. To bring out the finger guy, yeah, a squat is great, and it's great to be strong at a squat, right? But your feet are on the ground the whole time. When you're sprinting, your feet aren't on the ground very long, and we don't have very much time to apply that force into the ground to propel us forward. So we have to be very good at applying that force quickly, so that we get our longer strides. How do we apply that force quickly? With different jumping exercises, power exercises, bridge the gap exercises like the sleds, and things of that nature. I'm at 12 minutes, but that's a basic. We're getting sort of a little more high level stuff. We talked about stride length, the basics of how we improve that. We've got to get stronger. If they're not addressing strength, they're not doing you any favors. We talked about, we basically hinted on how bad parachutes are, and how much harm they can do rather than good. And then we talked about how important it is to apply force quickly into the ground and to do things that train that ability as well. A couple of things we haven't hit on yet, that you're going to want to see, and that I'll probably do another video of in the future here. We didn't talk about so much why parachutes and some of these different things are bad and why they're hurting your athlete. We didn't talk about sprint technique, which also ties into that parachute idea, and sort of how you can actually improve it. And we also didn't talk about, in athletics, the technical term is going to be deceleration, and people might try to sexify that and seduce you with those words. Deceleration, it's your ability to stop. And deceleration to acceleration is going to be able to, basically, you got to be, if you want to be good on the field, you got to be able to stop and start up again fast. The training mysteries of the world have just been solved. You got to be able to stop, you got to be able to run fast, you got to be able to stop fast, and then you got to be able to change direction, go another direction, and start up fast again. And then at the end of that, you probably got to tackle somebody if you're in football, or shoot a basketball, or throw a goal across, or spike the crap out of the ball if you're in volleyball, whatever it may be. Yeah, deceleration, mechanics, acceleration, mechanics, all these cute words. We got to teach you how to stop right. We got to teach you how to start up fast again. There you go. Mystery solved. We're getting your athlete faster. This is GR. It's late. Again, getting up, getting ready, pumped. We got some Strongman Sunday going tomorrow with the kids. We're going to turn them into beasts, get them faster. Pumped to get back into the dungeon tomorrow. I might not even sleep. I'm not that crazy. Dungeon strength conditioning, guys. Good luck, get faster. Best of luck with your training and preparation for next season. GR, out.